For today's Cyber CEO episode,
they're definitely very, very integral parts of the business. Before I hired any cyberbackers, my life was just from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. just go, 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 crazy stuff. But then as soon as I switched over to Cyberbacker, I want to say that I think at our peak, we've probably had 19 transactions at the same time. We've been able to service those clients at the same level as two clients. It's great. So that's really made my life way more efficient in that context. Not having to create social media content, not having to do a lot of that stuff, that has given me a tremendous amount of time back. But on that same token, being able to create a group text and have Pearl as my assistant, I think those are probably the two biggest levers that I have. Yeah, those have increased my productivity by probably at least 85%. Those have been huge lifesavers.
welcome to Cyber CEO, wherein we talk about how our cyberbackers helped our cyber CEOs take their businesses to the next level. Cyber CEO is powered by Cyberbacker, the world's leading provider of admin support services from anywhere in the world to anyone in the world. Please visit our website www.cyberbacker.com for more details. Another awesome day here at Cyberbacker. My name is Jello. We're back with another episode of Cyber CEO. And of course, we have a very special guest coming back to the show. Seth, how are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you very much for asking and for coming back to the show. I know you have a lot of things to do. We really appreciate that. Now, what we wanted to do was just to, of course, talk to you more about your experience with Cyberbacker. Mainly, how long have you been partnered with Cyberbacker, Seth?
I think probably just over a year, I think. Yeah.
Over a year. Gotcha. So over a year in the partnership. Was this your first time to work with someone virtual anyway, with Cyberbacker?
I did have one other experience prior to using Cyberbacker. Yeah.
Okay, so not really your first go at it then. Now, talk to me about that. Was it a big change? Because I know in the real estate world, we were all kind of used to, in the business, we're all kind of used to working with people that's in an office setup, things like that. Now everything's going a bit more virtual after the pandemic. So how was the transition for you? Was it a big change for you personally?
Not really. Zoom calls are becoming more and more regular. Mm-hmm. So it's not a big deal to talk to someone virtually in one platform or another. Unfortunately, in the world of being a real estate agent, we actually don't physically meet with the people that we work with on a daily basis very often. We find ourselves on the phone or texting or Zoom or Google Meet, whatever the case is. So it was actually not really a crazy transition. And, a lot of people are like, I want to make sure that I see them every day. Well, you totally can. I have my cyberbackers send me a Google Meet link every morning, and I just virtually just knock on the step in the office and we just go about our day. It works great.
There we go. So really, you have that every morning, what you mentioned, that Google Meet?
Yeah. They send me the Google Meet link. I may not necessarily meet with them every single morning, but they send me the link and it goes out to our entire team. So if anybody needs to talk to them about whatever, they can just click the button and we're good to go.
Okay, so I think that's a good way to strengthen the communication, of course, in the partnership as well. Now, mind, talk to me about your cyberbackers. Talk to me about tasks. What do you ask them to do for you every day?
Yeah. So I have a transaction coordinator. Her name's Pearl. She's awesome. And basically what she does is she will, of course, process all of our documents and stuff like that for the transaction of the property purchase. But honestly, what I've been using her a lot for lately, she's kind of morphed into like my personal assistant. She is basically, whenever I go under contract with a client, I'll create a group text between Pearl, myself, and my clients and say, hey, if there's anything that you guys need, Pearl or myself can definitely help you guys get it taken care of. And so if I'm busy servicing other clients and maybe the clients have a question that Pearl can answer, she's able to field that request and be able to get it, satisfy the client a lot faster versus if it was myself and needing to service quite a few clients at the same time. Sometimes it can really be a delayed process. So she really makes things efficient that way.
So again, just somewhat of a personal assistant already right there. Now, how about your other cyberbacker though? Talk to me more about that.
Yeah, absolutely. His name is Gerald. He's awesome too. They're both really fantastic to work with. But yeah, Gerald takes care of all the stuff that I don't like to do. So that is social media and graphic design, like that. He'll go through and he'll make sure that we're, trying to continually grow the views that we're getting and trying to figure out, okay, what is the market scene? What do the hashtags look like? What are all the different aspects of the digital world that are so important these days for marketing and everything? He does that pretty regularly and kind of make sure that we're staying current with everybody else out in the social media world. Yeah.
Gosh. So really both cyberbackers are almost everywhere in the business then right now.
I would say so. Yeah, they're definitely very, very integral parts of the business. I'll tell you this. I think before I hired any cyberbackers, I could not do more than 6 contracts at the same time. My life was just from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. just go, crazy stuff. But then as soon as I switched over to Cyberbacker, I want to say that I think at our peak, we've probably had 19 transactions at the same time, and we've been able to service those clients at the same level as 2 clients. It's great. So that's really made my life way more efficient in that context.
Gosh, more efficient in the business, more business that you can take on, of course. Now, I know you mentioned earlier that it's been over a year that you've been working with Cyberbacker, but of course, both Cyberbackers are going to be wanting to do more to, of course, help the business grow more. So, what are some of the new things that you got planned for, or do you have any new tasks that you're wanting to let them do? Let's say within the next few months from today, Seth.
Yeah, the market's kind of shifting, so it's definitely making it more challenging to get more deals and things like that. So, something that I'll have both of them do occasionally is they'll do skip tracing for us. We might have them start doing a lot more skip tracing for us so we can make our calls and be able to have that information ready at our fingertips. If they can both skip trace for us and just have those contacts downloaded into our CRM, so all we have to do is just click a button, connect, and we're off to the races. It's much more efficient. So yeah, so skip tracing, looking at doing a little bit more video. Gerald's going to be doing some of our video editing so that we can get more of a video presence on social media. I would say those are probably 2 of the biggest things that we're probably going to start doing. Yeah.
Gosh, that's going to be very exciting for them, of course, more opportunities for them to grow and get more skills, of course, to help the business grow. Now, about the partnership that you have with both Cyberbackers, everything seems like it's like a well-oiled machine now. But how did it get to this point? What did you do to make it a successful partnership between your business and your Cyberbackers?
Yeah, it definitely was not a well-oiled machine when we started. It was so it's like this. Cyberbackers in general that I have met are incredibly eager to learn, very driven, motivated. They just want you to just tell them, what do you need and how can I help you? And so very, very helpful. Personally, I am the worst at systems and models of creating them. And I'm not going to lie, sometimes implementing them. I'm kind of a scatterbrained person. So it kind of definitely makes it a challenging process when we get going because, I just want them to just go and do it. But they don't know what to go and do unless I have the systems and models built. Or at least that's what I thought. But then, talking with a couple others, they're like, dude, it's okay. You don't need to know how to do all these systems and models for your transaction. Just go talk to my Cyberbacker because we already got it from the other guy and from the other guy. I was like, are you serious? And so, yeah, so I literally just sent Pearl over and talked to these guys. And they're like, yeah, dude, here, just use our systems and models. And that was when the game changer kind of happened. That really made some really great leads in being able to progress as a company. And then Gerald had a lot of questions for social media and kind of what we wanted and what does that look like exactly. And then he was able to connect with a couple other Cyberbackers as well. They showed them, hey, this is what we're doing. And that was a complete game changer. And now I have friends that since they've been seeing my business grow quite a bit. And so they're like, dude, let's get some Cyberbackers, but I don't want to have to take the time to train them. And I'm like, dude, just have them connect. And so that I personally feel that's like a really rare thing in the business world because, normally everybody guards their stuff greatly. Everyone's making sure that, I can't let my secrets get out to anybody else. But no, the information is freely shared. You obviously, go ahead and call that has those Cyberbackers and just say, hey man, is it cool if we do this? But, I think that it's just kind of I don't know if it's the world that Cyberbacker is just generally a part of or what the case is, but it seems like most are just really friendly, very willing to say, yeah, go ahead and just have our Cyberbackers, have them reach out to my guys. And yeah, it's really just made the process a lot more simple because I'm not a big systems models guy as far as like creating them or having time to. I get a little too distracted for that, but there's definitely stuff in place that will help you and your business succeed if you just kind of just start talking to other people that have cyberbackers and just do that. Kind of like this conversation that you and I are having right here. Honestly, if anybody has a real estate company and they're a team leader, you guys can totally reach out to me and I will gladly have a conversation with you. Our cyberbackers can connect. I'm totally down for that.
We appreciate that, of course, Seth. And here in Cyberbacker, one of our core values is relationship. So that's why we always have that. We want to help each and everyone, of course, maybe Cyberbacker, of course, our clients. We're always there to help out. Now, I have one last question for you though, before we end today. I know we've been talking about the partnership that you have with your Cyberbackers. So what's been the biggest impact of virtual leverage through Cyberbacker in your business so far?
It's kind of tough to narrow down because, not having to create social media content, not having to do a lot of that stuff, that has given me a tremendous amount of time back. But on that same token, I mean, being able to create a group text and have Pearl as my assistant, I mean, man, I think those are probably the two biggest levers that I have. Yeah. So I don't know if I could really narrow it down to one, but because both of those have increased my productivity by probably at least 85%. So yeah, no, those have been huge lifesavers.
So 85% growth right there. Now, we've been talking about both of your Cyberbackers for a while now, and for sure, once we have this online, they're going to be able to listen and watch this. So I was thinking, before we end today, would you want to give them a quick shout out or any messages you'd like to give out?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Pearl, you're basically fantastic. I really appreciate you being so involved with the clients and just she's super awesome at being able to articulate what's going on to the clients. And if she has questions, she can sidebar ask me. Pearl's basically awesome. So Pearl, you're awesome. Gerald, your graphic stuff, dude, it's great. You've really, really been paying a lot of attention to what's going on in the market. And yeah, I really appreciate you both. You both are priceless assets.
There we go. We're very excited to see the continued success of this partnership, of course. And again, Seth, thank you very much for giving us your time today. Had fun talking to you.
Yeah, for sure. Have a good day.
Thank you for listening to our daily dose of CyberCEO. Stay tuned to know more about how Cyberbacker creates a difference in this digital time and age. You can visit our website www.cyberbacker.com and follow our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Spotify.